Oh my god, I managed to defuse the bomb just in time. Holy smokes, that was close. Now we are safe to start another great series, this time between Nerchio and Cass, and holy smokes, this is going to be some serious. Now with me, guys, is my good friend Jackadak, who of course cannot hear me because I was muted on TeamSpeak. That's what friends forgive each other for, and anyway, we are doing the vetos right now, so we will know what the first map is going to be. I would like to remind you all that we're playing Yegwen's Master League. Let me just show you the bracket for that. So anyway, quite exciting evening for us. We already had Bly being eliminated by Happy, and Bly will be falling to the lower bracket to play against Snoot, and one of those players will need to say goodbye to Yegwen's Master League. Now, we also had earlier in the week Goody being completely eliminated from the tournament, as well as Panda Tag. It was so close for White to get eliminated. So quite a rough run those players are having, but we will see who gets out on top now. Nerchio versus Cass, one of them will be playing Happy, and we will see how unstoppable Happy is. For now, he's like this multitasking monster.
Yeah, absolutely. It's gonna be, I'm kind of hoping Nerchio wins here, just so we can see Nerchio versus Happy. Exactly. I want to see how Nerchio deals with it, because he's such a strong player.
That's, you know, we normally don't cheer for any of the players, but with Happy, we should do a King of the Hill series. Like, give Happy a reward each time he beats someone, and even bonus reward for every combo strike he has. And then just keep throwing pro players at him, you know. Nerchio, boom, beaten. Snoot, boom, beaten. You know, Bly, boom, beaten. You know, Whitera, boom, and Dimaga, boom. And at the end, you know, Happy would be this bloody hero of a Roman arena. Sorry, my imagination just carried me too far away.
Yeah, I wonder what his win rate is. In TVZ right now. I bet you it's absurd.
Yeah, he has one of the sickest win rates, I imagine. So, do we know what the maps are going to be? No, not yet. I just see.
Koss just came in. He was AFK. He's going to start be doing now.
All right. Yeah. So.
There we go. Nice.
And I see one of my admins, Kraku, just slapping people on the chat with a large trout.
I mean, if we're gonna slap someone with something,
yeah,
it could be a large trout.
I'm not sure if you watched that sitcom, How I Met Your Mother, but they had something. Yeah, the best invention of all times, just the slap bet. That's so cool. And we took that with our friends, of course, because we like to take risk. That's the best kind of a bet. And you know, having that slap in your account, the best feeling ever. If you can slap someone just for free, and maybe with a trout, I haven't thought about that really.
Yeah, it intensifies the slap by a large amount.
Right. So anyway, we are having both of the players vetoing the maps. We know already Nerchio doesn't want to play on Hana. We have Neo Planet S being vetoed by Cass, Newkirk by Nerchio, and we should get to the bottom of this quite soon.
Yeah.
There's a question on the chat, Yegwen, why did you turn off the camera while casting the games? Well, the feedback we've got from you guys was that it was not wholly professional, so we decided better against it and just turned it off. We want to make this show as professional as possible. This is why we're investing so heavily in all of this fancy technology, like the map intros. You will see the best map intro you will see around the web nowadays, just custom made for us. I mean, that's our plan for this. Turn it into a very professional show.
Absolutely. I mean, it already is quite professional. So if I say so myself.
Well, if you say that, damn, it must be professional.
Yeah, because I have a high standard for professionality. Just so you know.
Well, why do you deal with me then? I'm like the least professional caster out there, you know.
You're gonna get professional. We're gonna make you into a star.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I talk about communist, I'm being racist from time to time, all bad stuff. Not a very professional person would come out of that picture, but for some reason, you still hang out with me.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm infinitely patient. Ooh, daybreak.
Oh,
already been...
so
okay,
such.
No, we're good.
Now, every single map that is being vetoed right now, in my mind, it's just, oh my god, I will not have the chance of showing you that awesome intro to the map. Because
down to Cloud Kingdom and Star Station.
Oh yeah. Oh, we have the best intro of them all is to Star Station. I can tell you that Star Station.
Is it really?
Just yeah.
I might have to mute you and turn the volume on in the stream just so I can watch it.
No, yeah. Everything tastes better with dubstep on it. Oh, and Team Liquid just told me a bad request. Bad request. All right, we can.
It takes you long to do that post.
Yeah.
Then you've done a bad request.
Bad request. Holy smokes! I never had that before.
Oh, I do that all the time. I leave Team Liquid up. I'm in the middle of typing something, and then I get a message over here. It's like, oh, okay. All right, and do something. Oh, Cloud Kingdom will be the first map, not Star Station. You guys are gonna have to stick around to see that map intro.
I'm just very close to crying right now, but
Gonna be okay. Don't cry.
Yeah, I'll manage. But Cloud Kingdom, nice intro as well, guys. If you have missed it earlier, then Cloud Kingdom is the way to go. Oh yes, I already have the invite to the map. Maybe what we could do after the stream is done, I would just showcase you all of the intros if you like, guys. If you want to hang around after the free Hardware Swarm giveaway is done, we could just do that for you.
And we have a little bit of question here about how the system works from one of the people in the chat, and basically we have 9 maps in the map pool, and the players take turns vetoing down until there's 1 left. And then it's loser picks from there. So they vetoed back and forth. So we're starting with Cloud Kingdom. Whoever loses gets to choose the next map out of the remaining 8 maps in the map pool.
And it doesn't matter who wins or loses after this is done. Guess what Yegwen will be doing? He'll be going to play Magic the Gathering again. Yes! Magic the Gathering has been my thing for the past 5 days. I had like 5-year break in playing Magic the Gathering. I loved the game, but I reached a point where I went to university, and when you stand in front of a choice of having a party with your friends and buying more Magic the Gathering boosters, yeah, you know, the people that buy boosters don't really deserve to be on the parties. So I went to the parties instead, and this is why we stopped playing it. And nowadays, I just found a box of cards. I have like 1,000 or 2,000 cards in a box hidden in my cabinet. And I was doing some cleaning around the house, and I found that. I said, "Oh yeah, this is the Magic card box." I opened the box, and the Magic just spilled out of it. It leaked out of every single card that was in there. Even lands were leaking Magic. And I thought, holy shit, this game was so awesome. Why am I not playing this? And I called my bro and said, "Mate, we need to play Magic the Gathering, I cannot hold." And he said, "Yes, we need, oh my god." And he just ran straight to my house, and we spent the whole night playing Magic the Gathering. And after that, I have been spending every single free moment of my time, which is not very much, playing Magic the Gathering. And that's something that doesn't really leave a place to leave a comment.
No,
yeah.
We're getting, you know, in any case, we're just having a couple of difficulties starting off here just for a second.
Alright, so anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the stream. Someone is asking, I cannot read your nickname, Eugenio, where are you from, Yegwen? You have a really enjoyable accent. I'm from Poland, and I try to disguise myself as someone with a British accent, but obviously that trick isn't working. So anyway, I invite you guys to watch the awesome intro for the Cloud Kingdom map. Yay, and there we go. That was it. So here we are. Here we are, spawning on Cloud Kingdom. And the guy that some of you will be rooting for, I'm quite sure. His name is...
His name is Cass.
And out of a surprise! And Nerchio said that I didn't say I was ready. Maybe he said in one of his previous lives or incarnations. I'm quite sure he had many of those. That's what usually you would consider a Zerg. His name is, of course...
It's, of course, Nerchio.
Yeah, and Alfred has done a bad job again, and by the way, he just showed that we have 2 against 1 score, but no, we are at 0-0, the games are tied. This is just the start of the show match. So anyway, Cass, we haven't seen too much of him playing Heart of the Swarm, because he was not too much into our show matches. That will change, of course, but hey.
But hey, indeed. So, here we are. This is the second best of 5 of the day. This is going to decide who moves on to the winner's bracket. And we have the refinery going down as is usual. We have the barracks with a long rally.
Yep.
Signaling, of course, that we will have some more Reaper action. This is not just a happy thing. Maybe an Empire thing. No, it is a thing of Terrans. Terrans just generally doing this build a lot right now. And we'll have to see how Cass likes to do it. The follow-up is going to be and all that.
Yeah, so we have already seen how Happy does it, and oh my god, he's so relentless with the Reaper harassment. I think it's one of the best I ever saw. I never saw a player that would be controlling so well with his Reapers, and it's so damn difficult to get them killed. It takes a moment of attention that just slips away from you. But if you're playing against Happy, who is just a multitasking beast, it's so difficult to get one of those Reapers killed, and you cannot take an expansion until like 7-minute mark, which is very bad. And Nerchio, oh my god, he's trying to sneak on an expansion here. And of course an expansion will build, but that's always a risk that you're taking as a Zerg. Nowadays much more difficult than it was. And Nerchio, oh, I thought that he was going for an expansion. He's piling up the minerals. No, now he's not. Alright.
There it is. So we have the Reaper expand out of cast. We've got the Double Queen on the way to defend against the Reaper. And yeah, second Reaper following up. So same play there with the 2 Reapers. We'll have to see if any more. 2 does seem to be the standard at the current juncture in time, but no reason why you can't build maybe 3 or more and try to deal some damage. Although that's a little bit less popular right now.
Yeah, and we have seen out of Goody that building like 4 Reapers is enough to get yourself a Queen kill. And uh-oh, Nerchio trying to get this. Oh, that was so damn close.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that. He just hung out. He's like, I'm going to stay next to the geyser, but I'm not going to waste that. I'm not going to have to cancel it and all that if you don't try to kill me. Wait, the absolute last hit. Well done.
And by the way, the Reaper nearly got killed, so we see that Cass is not nearly as handy with the Reapers as...
Ooh, one drone down.
Yeah. Oh, the second Queen may get the kill! Oh,
man.
So close. And the drones, uh-oh, the second drone being killed. And maybe the third one. Oh, this is getting intense.
A couple of drones down. This is looking a little bit unfortunate for Nerchio. It's not any sort of a huge lead. Oh, Nerchio.
Lucky.
Telling him that he's lucky that he wasn't paying attention to that drone at that point in time.
Yeah.
Gonna come in and kill another drone. Oh wow. Oh wow. Cass responds to Nerchio talking to him by playing the game and killing another drone.
Yeah,
3 drones down, definitely not the situation.
Not much
in the meantime, though, we have a very strong Roach push. So, very similar situation to we had a couple of games ago on Daybreak. What was that last game? Where the Roaches are going to come out and maybe just sort of, yeah, we have a lot of drones backing this up. So the Roaches are going to push out to keep Cass on the back foot for a little while. While Nerchio takes the third base.
They're the usual 7 Roach. That if they sneak in the correct way, they can deal a ton of losses to the workers tab. But then if Cass defends, that's cool. And you know, sending 7 roaches, that's a way of maintaining the map control. Because if Terran doesn't get back to his base and try to defend that, and still want to harass your backyard, and oh my god, the Nerchio just
and that is not a tight wall.
No.
She just walks by. Oh, that is very, very unfortunate. Because without the bunker, these units actually don't do very well against roaches at all.
Yeah, but the roaches
are... Widowmine.
And one of them goes down. Nerchio just going for the main mineral line. And of course, scouting the triple command center. This is a typical Nerchio run by. I don't even know how he does that. He is so annoying with those run bys.
He's droning up, but he still hasn't taken a third yet. It's not too late to take a third, but he's building more roaches and not taking a third. Interesting. Maybe he's seeing this triple command center and saying, all right, I'm just going to keep pushing him because he can't build too many units. He's going for an economic focus. Castle's going to scout the lack of a... Ooh, the third. Third coming down here.
Oh, and that's a bad moment for the third to show up. 2 Hellions and a Reaper won't have enough DPS to take that down. Nerchio going as close as he can to get some kills, but we already see huge differences in what Cass is showing versus what Happy was capable of. Because when Happy was playing exactly the same strategy, it turned out so much different. Happy just didn't let any of his units to slip out of his mind, and Cass doesn't seem to have that way, that amount of multitasking now. And he's going for it, Cass that is. He's just...
Oh, these Marauders are wailing on the roaches. Roaches have nothing to deal with this, and there's more roaches coming up. Personally, it is only 2 Marauders, so he should be fine. But the issue is the Marauders are going to do really well against this hatchery, and we're going to try to focus it down. The roaches are coming. Is this a counterattack? Yeah, it looks like he's going right across the map. He's sacrificing the third and saying, all right, if all your forces are over here, you won't be able to defend my gigantic counterattack. And wow, just a limbo line of roaches all the way across the map right now in a little zigzag. And that is going to be rough. Oh my god. The door is down. He walks right in.
Hello, Cass. What are you going to do about this now, huh? So smart with your... Yeah. So smart with your Reapers. What are you going to do about a huge bunch of roaches in your own damn base?
Well,
GG.
Such excellent decision making from Nerchio.
Yeah. And by the way, this is the sort of a base trade you can very much go for if your opponent is tied up. And as we saw, Cass didn't have just enough damage to take down the hatchery very quickly. That would turn the tables with this game. But if he didn't have enough force to take it down quickly, he stayed tied up with the process of taking down this expansion for too long. And Nerchio just used that small, teensy tiny timing window to go straight past all the defenses that Cass had. And one of the major strengths that Cass is not multitasking. So we see huge differences between him and Happy playing Terran. But Cass's main strength lies in his macro. So he has to get up to 3 bases at least for Cass to really shine, and Nerchio knows that, so Nerchio played exactly to make that not happen.
Yep.
So, pretty nifty game, don't you think?
Absolutely.
Oh, Newkirk Precinct. This is another awesome map opening that we have. So, a day of awesome openings has come,
Absolutely.
And we see a big discussion on the chat right now. Well, maybe not big, but a significant one. With the stream delay, there is no stream delay, guys. Those players are professionals. And I don't even think how you could suspect them of stream cheating. Would they get such a renown with stream cheating? I don't think so. And by the way, they just know themselves personally. They have played a ton of games against each other, so there is no way one of them would like to be cheating against the other. And you know, they have a lot of respect for one another, and also they have their own professional code, like a samurai. So you don't need to be worried about that.
Newkirk Precinct, going to be the next map. Close distances by air, so meters are going to be very strong here.
Okay. Alright guys, so already we have Nerchio up 1 game, and oh my god, the players changed their colors between the games, messing up with the streamers, but hey, they can do that. So anyway, here we have spawning in the bottom right position on the Newkirk Precinct. His name is
Empire Cass.
Now, on the other side of the map, also very sexy and attractive, this time red, he is...
Acer Nerchio.
Yeah. So, like I just saw your comment on the chat. One of these times I'm not going to overrun the map intro yet. Probably it will take you a week, maybe 2 to adjust.
Yeah, I have to deal with the delay of seeing the stream and being like, oh guys, doing the map intro now.
Yeah.
So I'll have to work something out so that way I know exactly what you're doing.
If you would be sitting right next to me, I would just kick you in the ankle, but that's not really possible.
If you could kick me in the ankle, you would have incredibly long legs. I'd be very impressed
or
if you
a
could
very
kick me in
good
the ankle
internet
right now.
connection, just to be able to send my whole leg through the internet cable. Now that's called broadband.
That is a really, really broad band right there. That is
Ow, you know?
quite intense. Like, how the hell?
Why is my router kicking me? You would see my foot sticking out one of the network cables and you would be really worried. Now, what would worry me even more is to hear you over Wi-Fi.
That would be, yeah, that'd be quite intense. Use Wi-Fi to project my voice like the end of the Harry Potter movies with Voldemort. Yep.
Probably
Like,
so.
sound everywhere. That's how we did it, you know. It wasn't magic, it was Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I guess so.
Voldemort's got
Or a
Wi-Fi.
really good DTS system.
Certainly possible. And yeah, so Nerchio delaying the gas a bit this time around.
Oh, and delaying gas not too well when you're playing against Reaper, but then we also know that Cass went a very fast command center this game, so Nerchio won't have that much big of a deal dealing with the Reapers. He will have just enough time. And to kinda make up for it, he's going 8 Zerglings now.
Yeah, that is quite a few Zerglings. He should be able to come in here right as the bunker finishes. Might be able to run by, get some damage in on the natural. Hopefully Cass will close this up so he doesn't get into the main. But yeah, so really really nice little poke here we're going to have in a minute.
Alright, Nerchio going with a couple of Zerglings, 6 to be more exact.
Yeah.
And, well, there is a bunker, but, you know, the Zerglings have that in common, that they can just sneak past the bunker and
Yeah,
pass
especially
right.
only 2 Marines in there. Not a lot of damage.
Yeah, so, but then if Nerchio decides not to go in there, yeah. What do we have here for Cass? We have a factory, probably alongside with a nice reactor, and Nerchio goes in, and he may just try to get a reactor kill. No, not really possible right here. Only 4 Zerglings. Now those 2 Marines should be worried. If I were those 2 Marines, I wouldn't be chasing Zerglings so much, but if you have a couple of friends with wrenches in their hands, that's some time where you can actually engage the Zerglings in a battle.
Yeah, if you get into a fight, it's always good to have some friends with big wrenches in their hands. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have the reactor Hellion opening. But yeah, so things evening out. Let's take a look at what's going on. We have the third base coming down pretty quickly from Nerchio. Now that this is sort of the result of what happens, this is looking a little bit more Wings of Liberty style. This is what happens when the player doesn't go Reaper. It's a lot easier to get that drone out there to the third and take the hatchery very quickly.
Yeah, so that's exactly what happens, and you know we discussed it multiple times today. But back in Wings of Liberty, the Zergs were just going double expand without thinking about it. That was like the standard play. Some of them even went for that with no spawning pool first. We saw, for example, TLO doing that. Nowadays, with the Reaper play, it is so much more difficult to defend against the early game aggression that you cannot really afford going for that quick expansion anymore.
Yep, Nerchio going right for the 4 queens. Going to be doing a lot of creep spread, very likely, more so than normal. And he can do this again because of the lack of presence on the map with the Reaper.
Yeah. So what do we have right now? Nerchio going for a Bailing Nest, also lair attack, and finishing speed for the Zerglings. This is quite nice and stable game. Nerchio will drone up to make sure he has enough saturation on the third base, and after that he will just make up the decision and make up his mind about what to go for next. And we have a 1 medevac worth of Hellbats on its way. Now, will that drop deal too much damage? I don't think so, but let's see how Nerchio deals with it.
Yeah, just really, really strong. Hellbats are just... they're scary things. They're scary things with legs that walk around. They are frightening.
And they can be healed.
Yeah, they can be healed by anything. Anything that heals and is Terran, they can get healed by it. And maybe even... yeah, they can even be healed by transfusion if you're playing a 2 versus 2. They can be healed by they're the most healable unit. They're just best friends with everyone.
Yeah, that's what you get by being one of the Hasbro's toys. But anyway, here we have a drop in the main. How much damage will it deal? So far we have 3 workers killed. Yeah, the 4th one just joining. And we already have 6, 7. That's way too much. That's even more than we had musketeers. And 9 worker kills. None of the Hellbats was killed. That is looking very
he's gonna
bad
run right
for
into the
Nerchio.
spore crawler.
But one of the Hellbat drops. Oh my god, so many drones at the low health. What will happen now? 14, and before that one drops, there has been 14 drones killed.
Oh, and look at this. Right in the meantime, he sends the Hellions into the front.
Hello.
And goes right past where all the drones are. Past the spine crawler into the natural. Oh, that is unfortunate.
I can do run-bys as well, and right now we are up to 19 and perhaps 20 in just a second. Workers killed for Cass, and that puts him in a heavy advantage. If we check the worker count, it is still a little bit ahead for Nerchio, but he just had to use 20 larvae to make up additional workers, while Cass has the number of workers he needs. He didn't lose too much, so he only lost 0, which is a reasonable amount to lose.
And look at this, 5 Mutalisks out right now. That's not what he wants. He's got all that gas banked up. He wants 10 more Mutalisks right now, ideally. But he can't do that because he lost all of those larvae and all that resources. He had to dump a bunch of minerals into defending against that. But and man, what Nerchio is looking.
what Nerchio has been thinking about, I imagine, was okay. So I will just come up with the mutas and defend this attack, and he just wasn't there on time. It was a question not of force, but of timing, and all of that mining time that he didn't want to lose has cost him 20 workers, and eventually has cost him a ton of mutas that he doesn't have right now.
Yep. Really nice defense. He's got Widow Mines and Thors in the edge of his bases. He has turrets up. It's going to be very difficult for the Mutas to find a hole, especially with only 5 of them. And we see a Roach Warren coming down. I wonder if he's going to forego the usual Ling, Bane, Muta style for in favor of something else.
Now, I just want to see how Nerchio plays against mech, because nowadays mech consisting of Hellbats, siege tanks and force is something that's very... I cannot even start to imagine how I would play against that. We have seen some nice attempts from TLO and the Maga when they went for the Swarm Hosts and Vipers. That's usually a nice mixture. If you throw in a couple of mutas inside that, that's even better. But you can only afford that if you have like 2 or 3 base advantage, because otherwise you just don't have enough gas. Now we see Nerchio going in, but I don't think that's worth going in for the kill right now.
Yep, definitely the case here. And Kaz has a maxed out army. Kaz has a maxed out mech army right now.
Oh my god.
I mean,
he is maxed at the 14-minute mark? How is that even possible? Wow.
These lings are coming in and they're doing a lot of damage. They're using the splash damage of the tanks to actually take down a lot of these SCVs, but it doesn't matter. This huge mech force is out on the map. I don't know how he's going to deal with. He does have 7 Ultralisks on the way, but I'm afraid it's not going to be enough against this.
Knock knock, who is this? The Terminator! And you're finished. Because he has all the mech force, he wants to have Kaz absolute macro master there, and he doesn't really mind. He doesn't really mind losing all those workers. So the workers loss stat is again 25 against 19, which is not all that bad. But Nerchio has to defend with a ton of spine crawlers. And he's going for Ultralisks, but he has 1 on the map, and he's working. Sorry, he has now.
He's 6. Moving all the spine crawlers in and just using them for a buffer, I guess. I don't know how well that. Oh no, this is getting ugly.
Yeah.
Lol, GG, Nerchio gets crushed. Amazing job by Cass.
That was a meat grinder there.
Wow. I was just so surprised how quickly he maxed out with a mech army. Yeah. That was very impressive.
I didn't even know that it is possible to max out at the 14-minute mark with the mech army. I mean, I know it's possible with Marines, but mech army?
Yeah, actually the interesting thing, Hellbats and Hellions are have the biggest ratio in the Terran race for supply to time. So they take 30 seconds to build and they eat up 2 supply. So they're actually the most supply heavy unit in the Terran group. Oh, aside from the Thor. The Thor is more supply heavy, followed by the Hellion and Hellbat.
So anyway, we'll be going on Neoplanet S. The next map is going to be Neoplanet S. I love the intro to that. Neoplanet. And by the way, I love the map itself. So guys, let us know how you like the stream so far. If you have any comments, just leave them on the chat. Right there. Sorry, the chat is on that way. I need to remember that the sides are switched when you're talking to a camera. You leave your comment on the chat or go to our Team Liquid feedback thread. Let us just know what we could improve about the cast, the tournaments, the show itself. We are all in for improvements, and we want to make this the best show that is out there to be watching every single night. So you can help us become more awesome, and that way you will just get more awesome content. And just to make the waiting time more sweeter for you, we have every single stream a free Heart of the Swarm giveaway. That's because we are on a mission, guys. We are on the mission of spreading the word about esports, and if you don't have a free Heart of the Swarm copy yet, then just wait until the end of the stream and grab one. That's your way of giving that to your friends or family. You don't need to sell that. No, you should give it out for free, just like we do.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, that's the nicest thing that someone has said to me in the past week. Your stream is like a party with good friends. Oh, that's so nice.
That's quite nice.
Yeah, you can't improve yourselves. Well, I think we can. There's a lot of room for improvement. To start with, my English skills, my God, they get rusty from time to time.
Yeah, well, no one is perfect. English takes a little while to learn. I think you're doing great.
So people say, but...
Someone is telling you that you're the best in Korean in the chat, which is also awesome.
Oh, can you read Korean?
Or
can you use Google Translate?
Google Translate.
Yeah.
I can read Korean and pronounce it, but I wouldn't know what it meant.
Oh, can you?
Just a little bit. It would take a very long time. I am newbie.
Wow, I am impressed.
It's actually the Hangul, the writing system, is actually the most efficient writing system in the world as far as languages are concerned. Like linguistic anthropologists all sort of agree on that it's absolutely the most efficient writing system that there is.
Whoa. So, Nerchio, by the way, is suggesting that we replace Nuclear Precinct because he's irritated, but what shall we replace it with? Like Steps of War? Scrap Station? You know, having intro. I think that Coyote has never done map intros for those maps. But anyway, Jack, before you start talking, please kindly shut up because we'll be doing the map intro. So here we are, and it is Kespa Neoplanet S, and we have a tie right now. By the way, I hope you were not offended by me asking you to be silent, but...
No, of course not, of course. You're very clear, I appreciate the clearness.
I perhaps did not pick the best words by saying shut up, but that's what came to my mind at that instant.
Kindly though, you know, I kindly shut. You didn't say shut up. It's like kindly shut up. So it's like you're being kind about it.
Yeah. So I knew I am going to say shut up, but I didn't find any better word choice right now in my head. So I wanted to make it as sweet as possible by saying could you please kindly, you know.
Almost as sweet as the tea that I'm drinking right now, which is absolutely sweet.
By the way, have any of you guys played BioShock? There was a nice story arc with Could You Kindly.
Oh, I don't know. What system is that? Is that PC? Can I get that for PC?
That's both at the consoles and PC. BioShock, my favorite FPS of all times. It is made in the style of the 50s, and it just shows someone trying to build an utopia below the sea level, and that, you know, the design of that game is just, it's terrific, and that's my absolute favorite FPS of all times. It's also kind of horrorish because you've got all those weird mutations they got eventually. But anyway, the game is awesome. It talks about communism, socialism, and trying to balance these out during building of the utopia and why they didn't work out. And for those of you who haven't played BioShock yet and are planning to, there's a spoiler alert. So you can shut your ears down because the main character there was mind controlled throughout the whole duration of the game. Because he had imprinted in his head that whenever someone says "Could you kindly," he had to follow the order.
Oh,
and wow. You realize that like when you're nearly done with the game, when the main boss says "Could you kindly, you know, not hit me," something like that, and you just start to struggle and you cannot move, and then you realize, yeah, I have been imprinted, and then you have this flashback of all the things that happened during the campaign, and when you have been asked to kindly do something, you just follow damn orders.
Man, just wish I had already played BioShock right now.
Yeah.
That is what I wish.
It's not the biggest spoiler though, you can still play this, it's a very good game.
Yeah,
so anyway,
definitely.
we have a Reaper
I won't have
here.
time for years anyway.
Yeah. I have time for Magic the Gathering, my wife, I have a time for a job, full-time job, casting career. I mean, I have time for everything. That's because I have a time machine in my backyard. But
yes, you do. You clearly have some sort of time device.
Yeah, sleep is overrated, I tell you.
But yeah, so basic Reaper action going on. Doing a little bit of harass. The damage dealt so far is 2 units killed by gas, a couple of links. So really good defense, no drones going down or anything like that, no follow-up Reaper. So this is a very much, okay, I want to scout what you're doing, and that is all. I'm not trying to deal any damage with this. Or be too annoying.
That's just putting a slight variation on the build order, trying to throw the opponent off balance, don't you think?
Yep, absolutely. It's going to allow a little bit of extra gas, a little bit of extra minerals to put elsewhere. Especially because, I mean, really, generally speaking, you don't get too much damage done with the Reapers. So, really, in my opinion, I really like this choice to go for the one Reaper. Get the Scout off, maybe force a bunch of Lings, and then at home you got 3 racks going, as well as the Reactor Hellions.
And by the way, I imagine those Zerglings are British, because as soon as they saw the Reaper, they just queued up to kill it, and that didn't work out too well. But hey, here we are.
I don't know what that was. But we have the third base coming down in any case. Nerchio going with the yeah, so very different from last game as far as creep is concerned. Just a two queen build. Gonna thinking about running by there. A little bit too many Hellions.
Yeah, don't queue up, guys. You know, waiting in lines. I really know that you enjoy that social experience, but queuing up against Hellions not a very good idea.
No.
Nah. So anyway, we have this Hellion run by that will try to take down this spirit of Nerchio, and he's going for a counter attack, but there's already a wall finish there.
And we have again the battle for the third. We got a bunch of Hellions and the Reaper wailing away at it. Evolution Chambers come down. And there we are, 11 Roaches on the way. Should be able to get there in time. Hellions do not deal a lot of damage to buildings, and neither do Reapers, so...
Well, they managed to chew up, you know, at least half of the...
Oh, nice catch! Oh, he almost gets...
Oh, and both Widow Mines... Oh my god! Both really Widow Mines go down. That was a beautiful catch.
This push is going to be a lot weaker without those Widow Mines.
And those Marines just safely stay at the back saying, "Hey Frank, I've heard that the Widow Mines went down. Oh, no one will kill us now then. Yeah, it's quite safe. Let the Hellions go in first."
And we're seeing a similar game to the Cloud Kingdom game. He says, "Oh yeah, you're going to attack the third? That's great. You can do that. I'm going to walk across the map with Roaches and kill you."
Awesome.
Unfortunately, this time there's a lot of Marines in place, but only one bunker. And I don't think it's going to be finished in time if he keeps moving right across the map and doesn't delay, and he's not going to. Not a lot of hesitation here. He's just rallying across the map.
Oh, and the Roaches are going to be so powerful. There are Marines to defend that, but Marines don't do so well against Roaches. The bunker has to be focused down as soon as possible, otherwise it will be repaired later on. Oh my god, the bunker finishes, but there are not too many Marines left. And the Zerglings go in, and there is not a single Marine right now on the field that could get into the bunker. And the Hellbats just wish, oh my god, I would wish I fit into that bunker. Sorry, you're already healed. And the Marines from the push get back and say, "Frank, we need help!" And Nerchio GG's, surprisingly losing that push and losing his third. He doesn't see a way out of that.
Yep, going for the all-in there doesn't work. It was weird, he was targeting down the bunker while there were units attacking him.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit of a misclick there.
Well, he may have been imagining, because as a Zerg you don't know if the bunker is full or empty. You can miss that in the midst of a fight, so, you know, Nerchio may have been thinking, okay, I need to take down the bunker first. But it didn't work out so well for him, and anyway, we see that Nerchio's style is not something that works every time. It mostly works if your opponent leaves his front open, I guess.
Yeah, just a lot more production back at home. Last time around, when he did that attack on Cloud Kingdom, there wasn't a lot of defense there, so he could just move in and win. But when he showed up, there was a bunker finishing up and a lot of Marines there for defense.
Yeah.
So the all-in didn't work out quite as well as he had hoped.
Oh, by the way, guys, we are going to see the Star Station. Star Station intro, the best of them all. And by the way, Star Station, I think my favorite design map now.
Star Station's alright. I used to hate it. I hate it less now. I've learned to not hate it as much as I used to.
That's cool. That's really good.
I'm letting go of the hate, you know? Because it's heavy. It's a heavy thing to carry, and I don't want to carry it anymore.
I'm always amazed how you go around with your diplomacy skills. You never say, you know, "I hate it," and then just cut the sentence. Leave it at "I hate it." You can say things like "I used to hate it," which is not so bad. You can
I just
say
like to
things
be, you know.
I'm not the biggest fan of, but you will never say bad things about something. But anyway, the countdown is starting, so let our intro roll, and it's going to be awesome. Yeah, and here we are with the Star Station loading up for all of the casters and players alike. And Nerchio may be the one who'll be falling to the lower bracket. Now, I know he hasn't been practicing a lot as of late, but he really likes Heart of the Swarm, and from all the show matches that we saw of him, he was really good at it. So we may still see Nerchio today, who was typed, by the way, as the favorite of the whole tournament. He may just fall through the lower bracket. But anyway, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's introduce the players first. And here we are, spawning in the bottom right corner on the Star Station map.
It's Acer Nerchio.
Yes, and a little bit of a mind game, changing the colors and all. Oh, so sweet, guys. We really enjoy you for doing that. Now, here in the bottom left corner, his name is Muted Jack, and
His name is Muted Jack, indeed.
Yeah, and he wanted to announce Empire Cass. So yeah, they are discussing the spawn options, which is also always very important. I think there's a lot of confusion in the community nowadays with which map has which spawning options in, and many tournaments have their own versions of the map, which is quite bad for the StarCraft at all, StarCraft in general, because with too many map versions, the players are just confused all the time. But hey.
But yeah, so we'll have to see exactly how that works out.
Yeah.
Nerchio going for the hatch first here.
Yeah, and going for the hatchery first is still safe against turn. However, going for double expand, that's something that's considered more in the risky department. I still imagine players like Nasty would be going for double expand, but if you're Nerchio playing against Cass, which is a very similar level of skill, you don't want to be risking too much. And even if Nerchio went for a triple base build, then what Cass could do is just simply make 2 additional Reapers, and he would get Nerchio rid of one of his bases to be sure.
Yep, that's
yeah, that's a good
very
thought,
interesting.
Yegwen. Carry on.
They just scouted each other just now. Yeah, I'm just gonna continue moving on with that, and they do know that it is close positions. Now, the reason why in GSL and MLG, the reason why these horizontal positions, as they were, are usually not in the tournaments is because this rush distance is a lot closer than the other versions. Also, the air distance quite close, and we're gonna have a big gap of air. So mutas again can be quite strong. And Cass going with the bunker.
Ooh, he wants to close the deal right now. I mean, I'm not sure if the bunker is going to be finished. This SCV will be very vulnerable, and Nerchio already splitting his Zerglings. 2 of them chasing the Reaper, 2 of them chasing the SCV, and hey there, yeah. Oh,
looks like he's gonna get away. Oh, it's so close. Oh no.
Yeah.
Second Reaper comes up, cancel the bunker. Nice little try. Get a little bit more aggressive than usual. Reapers in the bunker do quite well. I mean, anything in a bunker does quite well in comparison to not in a bunker, but we'll see how that works out.
Yeah, and 2 Reapers out there, another Reaper on the way, so we need to be careful right here. 2 Reapers already on the map, the third one on the way. It may be more dangerous than Nerchio realizes. With 3 Reapers, you can most definitely do a lot more damage, especially considering the fact that they just heal outside combat. So you trade health points that you then regenerate to real, damage to drones and killing queens, all of that jazz, and it's oh so difficult to deal with.
He's coming in. Here's the 3 Reaper attack. a little bit more aggressive, but Nerchio went for 4 queens, and this is not going to be a strong investment for Cass. These Reapers are pretty much going to get nothing done, and really nice Overlord placement from Nerchio. He knows exactly what's going on, and it's you know, it's too bad for Cass because he put a lot of time and money into these Reapers, and they're not really doing the damage
so
that they could be.
Let's think what Cass will be going for. I imagine he'll be switching into a mass marine mode for a while now. He knows that Nerchio doesn't have too much gas, so he's not really afraid of any bailing bus or anything of that sort. But for now, he just wants to intend. You know, we have Marvin the Marine just making his way across the map, making sure that there is no creep tumor there, and all the creep tumors are getting placed. And there's this big. There's this big woman that we call queens in StarCraft 2, and oh, Cass very active and taking down the creep tumors.
You say big women? That's the most narrow waist I've ever seen in my entire life. You gotta be insane. Look at the queen. Look at it. Look at it. And how do you even fit anything in there? Tiny thorax. Small thoraxed bugs is what we got going on right there.
Well, yeah, waist maybe, but the rest is quite big. I mean, they are quite big-headed. I don't know how about their breast, but you know, they have a pretty large butts, bosoms, if we want to be more diplomatic. And you know, I imagine they're quite nice blockers, and they would do really well as how do you call those guys that are watching over disco places?
I have no idea.
It starts with a B, but I don't remember.
Bouncer.
Bouncer, yeah.
Okay, disco places
the two of
threw
us
me off.
have a nice English skill of a single, very well-educated person.
All right, cool. So hatchery coming down, going for the roaches again, but upgrading the melee, getting the melee upgrade. We have a big bio push here. 7 roaches on the way, but that's still going to be difficult to deal with. He's got stim, but no metavax. That means he has to deal with damage right now.
And the queens go down like crazy.
Down, second queen, third queen going down. He's at least dealt the economic damage at this point. Just from killing the larva. He could kill another queen here as well. He's going to go for some drones. This is really, really, really bad for Nerchio. Just straight up bad. He's going to try and surround and deal some damage. He should be able to clean this up, but at what cost? How many queens are on the map? 0 queens on the map.
So he has lost all 4 of them, and now Nerchio will be wondering, oh my god, where did all of my larvae go? And he will not
have... larva. We have no larva on the map and no queens right now.
Yeah, and that's
Nerchio
really
is in big trouble.
He will only get 1 larva per 12 seconds per hatchery, which is usually not something that you're used up to. He doesn't have a macro hatch that could potentially save him, so he has to get the queens up. Before the next larva inject finishes, he will be down to a very small number of workers and units. And there's already a drop coming his way, so it's okay. There's a drop coming your way, so
we have the drop going right into the third here.
Nice split.
Really nice defense from Nerchio. The multi-pronged harass or the harass option not really working out for Cass here.
It seems so, and Cass already having another Bioforce. I mean, he has lost that Bioforce, but we need to remember that was not the main. That was not his main army. He already has even more back in the storage room. So he just goes in right now. He may throw in a scan to get Nerchio rid of all the creep that's on the map, and he's trying to go for this drop, but with the roaches there, it's not so effective. So
and he's finding himself his little nook here. He's dealing some damage when he can. He's pulling out, and that medevac is getting lower and lower. In the meantime, Cass is clearing out the creep out in the front, so he's trying to deal with that as best he can. We have pathogen glands and 2-2 on the way, so we're probably looking at some Ling, Ultra, Infestor late game action, and for the time being, just
and they're just post this drop, and he's burrowing the Spore Crawler here. Yeah, no problem with defending that. So I wouldn't say that Nerchio is on his back foot so far, but he is well pressed by Cass.
Yeah, he's just getting crushed in the larva department. Queen's getting taken out over and over and over again. He was really expecting to have a lot more than he does, but he's doing a really good job recovering from it and maintaining a supply lead despite all of that. And we will have pathogen glands, infestors, and 2-2 all finishing up relatively about the same time, and maybe we'll see a push towards the third.
And Cass is just making sure he's going to defend any counter push. That's actually very smart from Cass. He knows that Nerchio is a player that would counter-attack as soon as he feels, okay, I've gathered enough army. So Cass got the wind of that change. He knows there is enough roaches to go for a counter push. He doesn't want to lose the advantage that he has worked so hard to get. And for now, Nerchio is in this weird spot. I mean, he'll probably be going, yeah, he's going for the 4th base. He has to expand right now, and at the same time, he has to produce even more army. And that's a really big issue, because he has missed so many larva injects with the queens being killed. So, so Nerchio's position, not something I would be jealous of.
No, he is moving towards a hive now, and banking up a fair amount of resources. And trying to get that 4th base down. We have a small bio push out from Cass, and at the same time, it looks like, yeah, I think here comes some possible fungals. If he gets those medevacs, it'll be really good. He's gonna get a surround on all the units. He can't get close enough to get to the medevacs. Oh man,
nice action
on those medevacs would have been insane. He was just out of range the entire engagement.
Those
Just
chases,
keeping away.
the explosions. I mean, it looked like the second part of Matrix, but still, the Terran went ahead. And Nerchio, by the way, just cutting, doing a run by with the Zerglings, and Kaz, of course, sees it all, so he goes in and what a fungal! Oh my god! How did that even land? I'm not so sure. Kaz spreading his units right away, but that's too late. And Nerchio with this one
There's no defense of the 3rd. There's absolutely no. He's coming right in. He's going to run the workers away. Eventually, this is a pretty slow reaction time from Cass, and he's going to pay for it.
Oh, and Nerchio backs away, burrows some Zerglings. This is so smart, but yeah, it gets scanned. But anyway, that run by, not sacrificing all of those Zerglings, was so good. And Cass is going, you know, head to head. He wants to trade, you know, a push for a push. He nearly took down this hatchery, but not too much you can do. This is not Happy. Happy will probably be dropping all over the place right now, but yeah, Cass is.
Look at that bank. Oh wow, we got 3k, 2k almost, up down to 1k, and all of it is gone. It is going into the ultras and so many upgrades. Chitinous plating, 3/3 adrenal glands, and ultralisks all at once. That is going to make for a very, very strong armor when all those line up. Especially because 2/2 is just finishing up now for Cass, so he's going to be ahead in upgrades.
Yeah. So Nerchio on 4 bases, he cannot really afford to take additional one. He is still suffering from those missed larva injects, and that really set him back a long way. And if not that fungal, he would have lost the engagement. And nowadays, landing a fungal is much more difficult because the fungal has become a projectile, and it's a very slow projectile in StarCraft terms, so hitting it straight on the spot, as we saw, straight on the Cass main army, that was some ridiculous stuff.
Yep, yeah, really well done catching the army there. It's going to deal lots of damage, and here we are coming in. Looks like he's making lots of motions out on the map. He does see a bit of a drop. Oh, nice fungal, gonna hold that in place while the timer on the speed boost goes down. And it looks like Cass has forgotten about it. Just speed boost, clicked away, and then looked somewhere else.
And it stays
just kind of hanging out. It's like, oh, hey guys, oh, what's up?
I really like the design of this map, says the Medivac pilot. Let's hang out here. And against all odds, it just
here we are, gearing up for an attack on the 4th base, yes.
Ooh, looking
Got
so
the
bad.
in front.
Oh, and they are going to be destroying this planetary fortress, and it gets surrounded by Zerglings, so no repair happening. Oh my god. I already forgotten that it was there. Now Cass is doing a small drop in the main. All of those Marines have been heavily hurt, but still they have prevailed. Oh my god. Marines with just 5 hit points, they're doing a ton of damage right now.
Yeah, just it's making it happen out. In the meantime, we have a big engagement in the middle of the map. Oh, really nice bungles in there. Oh, we're gonna have a bunch of
oh my god,
Marines
yeah,
on very low health. Fortunately, he's got lots of medevac energy, but
And the infestors. Oh, two infestors, losing them. That was a huge deal. Now we have the Vipers on the field and a couple of more infestors. That's really necessary.
3-3 is about to hit. 3-3 is done.
Yeah, and Nerchio is going in for it.
Here it is.
Beautiful clouds.
Only one tank is doing anything in this engagement at all.
And the rest of it is just getting annihilated. However, Cass's force seems to be prevailing. The rest of the Ultras were kind of late to the party, and they have to run back now. Being chased down by Marauders, they will just pop like balloons. I said it.
That's exactly what they did. Yeah, unfortunately, 3 of those Ultras got dragged away by a very small force up in the top area, so they weren't engaging in the main battle. Really nice move by Koss, pulling those Ultras out of position.
Yeah, with that back, Nerchio is just going to recuperate his strength really fast, and his biggest worry will be that he has 2 Ultras which are heavily damaged and beyond any repair.
Despite like tons of Queens. And here we go. Ooh, Viper's running into a turret there.
Yeah,
he's positioned for the engagement.
One of the Vipers may go down.
It's only going to hit one tank, but there aren't a lot of tanks to hit.
And Nerchio
really
is going
nice
in. Why is he going for the base? I think he just misfocused his attack. Oh, what the fungal! Oh my god, the Terran is being eaten up alive. However, Nerchio has lost another significant force of his, and he has to reproduce. Now, Cass is on 4 bases. He has just lost a ton of workers, so we are up to 30 and 29 workers killed on each side, but Nerchio is ahead in workers, I imagine, 48 against 45. Not a single player in this match is happy with where he is with the worker force, but hey, he has to deal with it.
Yep,
and the Medivacs may get caught by Fungals. Oh my god, this is huge! A triple filled Medivac drop being caught by Fungals and the Zerglings, and Cass has just lost a significant part of his army. Oh my god. This was so huge.
That was huge. Yeah, look at the supplies. Look at the supplies. That was really critical. A lot of supply lost just there. 10 supply in each medevac, so it's 30 supply.
1 is still cool, but 3 of them, I mean, man. Now, we go in, and Cass is spreading the units. He wants to avoid the blinding cloud, but there are so many Ultras. And Nerchio just backs away. Another popping balloon Ultralisk will be displayed to our pleasure. He does a nice little run by with the Zerglings here, I mean Nerchio. And after replenishing all of his Zergling strengths, he's just going in for the kill again. And will Cass fall this time?
Oh, look at this around. There's nowhere to run except into the medevac. Hooray for medevac.
Very nice, but how long? How long
this
Cass
planetary
will
is
hold?
going to go down.
Yeah, exactly. You cannot hold the planetary for too long with so many Zergs surrounding it, and that's it. You know, Cass is losing his bases left and right. Nerchio has half of the map. He's not really into doing creep spread around the map.
Apparently.
Yeah, I mean...
He started off doing creep spread in the beginning, but then he was like, I think I'm going to not do this for 10 minutes or so and then pick it back up later.
By the way, notice that Medivacs are out of energy. This is going to be huge when the engagement comes. They will only have enough energy to heal a little bit, which is not enough to deal with all of those forces. And we are still looking for a nice money fungal.
Oh, here come all the workers.
This is it for Cass. He has to win this engagement. If not, and he's going to lose the whole game. But wow, he's pushing it. Oh, and 28 additional. Oh, what a fungal. Oh my god.
These medevacs are nearly tapped out.
So Cass is out of healing energy right now. No more health potions. And here we go, guys. Fungals will be also strong, but there is not enough energy. Wow, there's one nice fungal landing here on the left. The top part of the army is being picked out, and we have a GG. So the series is tied up to 2-2, and we'll be going into a rubber match.
Indeed. So I get to find out who moves on. It is down to a best of 1.
Now, if, like me, you are not a native speaker, please do not confuse the rubber match with a condom match. That joke was absurd, but it's getting late, so hey.
Hey, well, you know, that's what happens. The longer that we cast, the more ridiculous the cast gets. That's how it's supposed to work, and that's how it does work.
If this was Dota 2, I probably could bring up a chart showing just, you know, the level of absurd increasing with the stream duration, but in StarCraft 2 we don't have so many fancy graphs, so hey.
Have you been playing Dota 2 recently?
Recently, no, but I have like 300 hours spent on that game.
Wow.
I
Cool.
was kind of thinking about casting it, but then I was, yeah, I mean, Heart of the Swarm is still the coolest game to be casting around, so I decided that I won't go for Dota 2, I will just stick with StarCraft 2, but I loved playing Dota 2. That's such a nice experience, playing with your friends. It is so damn emotional at times, because this game is very much frustrating. I played League of Legends too, and I like League of Legends, but when I played Dota, I just kept dying, and things are just so much more dangerous there. They said, oh yeah, we could balance this game, but why bother? If everything is not balanced, then the whole game is kind of balanced, all in all.
Is that what they said?
Yeah, that's me paraphrasing, but the general approach to game balance there is that every single, well, not every single skill, but every character in the game should feel overpowered in some way. And people complain about them a lot, but pro players always find ways of dealing with the characters, and that's it. So so the game is not overpowered in any way. It is very balanced, but they have achieved it through extreme means.
Yeah, it is a very difficult game to play in comparison to League of Legends. StarCraft, in my opinion, is still more difficult.
Oh yeah, 10 times more difficult. I had people said, "Oh my God, Yegwen, how long have you been playing Dota 2?" Well, I don't know. That's my 20th game. Wow, your micro is so good. Yeah, I play StarCraft. So if you play StarCraft a lot, then you can do wonders. Anyway, going into the map intro in a second. So, here we are, and as Jack said it, although I have slight reasons for not believing it, this match should be called a rubber match, like a rubber duck in your bathtub.
Absolutely.
You said that with absolute conviction, I mean.
Yes. It is 100% like ducks in tubs. That is, if you want to imagine this match as you're thinking about it, just imagine all the Zerglings are actually small ducks in a suds-filled tub with like bubbles and a whole bunch of other things like that.
And by the way, about ducks, I have recently played through Hitman Absolution on my PS3. That game kicks butts, but there were hidden all around in each single map. There was a small yellow rubber duck hidden somewhere. And it was, in most of the games, when you get a secret, it's all flashing in light, and then the god speaks to you, you have just found an achievement. But in Hitman 2, they were, hidden like Easter eggs. You really had to look hard for them. And you did not even collect them, it's just the matter that you knew there's a one on each map that made it, that you want to find it.
Yeah.
So anyway,
That had to be fun for the designers to be like, alright, where are we going to put the egg this time?
Yeah. The best moment in Hitman game was when I have hidden in a cake which was supposed to contain a stripper, and during the party I just burst out of it, and there were trumpets, and there were all little fireworks around, and I just shot everyone down. That was like the best moment ever in all Hitman series.
I'm trying to figure out what's going on here.
Yeah.
You did go CC first. Gas is down. Probably moving to extra Hellion build like last game, but with this time with the CC first. If I had to make a guess at. Nerchio is doing his normal thing, getting the queens up, getting things going. He's gonna scout out pretty quickly. Daybreak, not a great map for Reaper, so it kind of makes sense that he wouldn't be going for the Reaper right away.
Yeah, Now, let us explain to the viewers why this map is not so good for the Reapers, because the only place where you can jump into the opponent's main is around the natural ramp. That's it. Now you can jump through here or through here. There are no hidden hoops. If you try to jump here, you will just fall and become one of the asteroids around that planet in the background. That's probably not the career path that the Reapers are looking for. So you're kind of forced to navigate around the main. It is so easy to counter the Reaper play. And we don't see any Reapers, which is just a trademark of a very good player that Cass is.
Yep. And Daybreak known to be a pretty heavy macro map. A lot of players like to go Nexus first, Command Center first, Hatchery first on this map.
And we have Steve, the SCV, being saved by 2 Marines that went out of the bunker. You know, one said, "Roger, yeah, Marvin, we need to go. All right, we need to save one of our buddies." Okay, is he going to buy us a beer? Well, probably no. He has a lower pay grade than we do because he doesn't get to shoot stuff. What? Why does he get to scout and we sit down in a bunker? I don't know. You know, that's that's the flow of the system. But anyway,
I feel like for SCVs that go out and scout, that you get some sort of like a stipend or a bonus if you get back alive. Like I think, you know, it's like, oh wow, okay, you went out to scout and you got, you know, you get hazard pay or something like that. You know.
Yeah, probably so.
For going out like that, I would hope so. I mean, if I was the SCV going out to scout, I would want some compensation for going out into the Zerg base, scouting, and then escaping alive.
If I were an SCV, I would probably knock out a Marine and take his rifle before going for scouting. Just saying, you know. They must have a lot of rifles in the barracks, so I would just go there, pick up a rifle first, and maybe I would pick up a Widow Mine with me, just say, you know, hey buddy, you know, they follow you like dogs, you know, come here, good doggy,
yeah.
And that would be a much more effective scout. But hey, SCVs did not get their head around that. Maybe we'll be seeing that in the Legacy of the Void expansion, but who knows?
Widow Mine backpacks. Calling it right now. There'll be Widow Mine backpacks for scouts. Yeah. Just to keep them safe.
You would have a Bruce Willis scout, so he would just survive everything, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Bruce Willis SCV would be something that survives throughout the whole game, and even after you lose, he would still be mashing up against Broodlords because he would have a jetpack, of course, and. You know,
yeah,
that's
and if you get to level 30, your Bruce Willis Scout upgrades to the Bruce Lee Scout, and then it's just all over. And like you just absolutely cannot be defeated.
And yeah, talking about sending your food through internet, that's a nifty way of doing it. But we have Cass. He has came to a manly decision and he's going for a double Hellbat drop, but all of that is going to be spotted by Nerchio.
You know exactly what's going on. He's building lots of lings in response. Not going to work out very well for Hellbats. Are just going to do a 1 metric ridiculoton of damage against Zerglings, which is the issue.
Yeah, and the Zerglings are.
Oh my God! Oh, that was so rough.
You don't want to surround the Hellbats.
Dies.
Yeah.
Oh, the death. Everything just dies.
The death toll is just piling up. We even see a Spore Crawler evacuating himself from the mineral line. He doesn't want to be a victim of that battle. And the Queens are doing quite well. And all the workers...
my God, they all jumped up. Oh, wow. If that had been 2 Hellbats instead of 1, I don't even know. Oh, wow. Hellbats are just... Man, I love Hellbats. They are great. Aren't they great? Don't you love Hellbats?
Would you like to become my buddy, Hellbat? Would you like to go scouting with me? And who was that was doing this weird style when he was always sending 4 Hellbats as a run-by, and he didn't really care if it works or not, he just pushed them on attack move against the Zerg.
Coming around, cleaning up things with Vikings. In the meantime... Oh, this nice Nerchio comes in just as the creep finishes clearing
and
up.
he
I thought he
sees
was
the
going to
drop
go
again.
underneath there.
Oh my God, Nerchio has seen the drop again, and yeah, he has all the vision he needs. So yeah, he will just be preparing against this drop. Now, will all the 8 mutas be there on time? I think
they're gonna make it
close. Yeah, they should make it.
It looks like he's gonna get the drop off, but the mutas should be able to clean things up. The Spore is in a better position now, but he's still gonna get in here.
Yeah, and
yeah, very smart move here. He's keeping his Zerglings away from the Hellbats.
Hey,
no, he's not. Never mind.
Yeah.
I say he's trying to keep his Zerglings alive, but a lot of them managed to get out with about 1 hit left.
That's just like a single wing remaining of the whole Zergling.
Then it just regenerates back into Super Zergling, as they are.
So,
and yeah, going for this Thor Hellbat composition, really powerful.
And the Widow Mines, and so many hits.
Yeah, about those Mutalisks.
And the one that was flying on front just turns around, and where did Frank go? Did you see Frank? No. Has he called in sick? No. What was that then? It's pretty sick.
Cass throwing out the smiley face. Nerchio saying,
What's so funny? I don't see anything funny.
There's nothing funny about me losing all my Mutalisks, you know. Love bots. Oh man.
This game's so
Cass may be trying to get under the skin of Nerchio.
Well, Nerchio often tries that himself, trying to get under the skin of other players.
Oh man, this is becoming. They're getting lower and lower on the class scale. They're just dropping the class level down as low as possible.
The next one is "That's not what your mom told me yesterday" or something.
Yeah. We're getting down to that level at this point in time.
So anyway, Cass right now just moving away with his mech force. Nerchio, he is not very happy about where he is with this game, and probably not happy with the whole series overall. And he's just massing up roaches. He is planning to go for a roach drop. I'm not sure how much possible will that be with this mech force here, just at the threshold of Nerchio's army. But hey, we'll see. Nerchio goes for a surround. Nice arc, hitting a lot of Hellbats, but will that suffice?
Well, Thors do a lot of damage against roaches. That's why this Thor Hellbat combo is so strong. Just Thors deal with all the armored targets, the Hellbats deal with all the light targets, and it's pretty much over from there. Fortunately, just Nerchio had an overwhelming amount of numbers to be able to hold that off and push Cass back.
Oh, and Cass sees that Nerchio will try to swing around and grab some 4 kills in the back, but I'm not sure how much possible will that be. Also Nerchio may be just doing this under a false pretense, because what he may transition straight after that is to go for a drop. I mean, he could just show, hey, I'm going after you, but eventually... Oh, and Cass doing beautiful scouting with the speed medivacs. That was so awesome. And Nerchio preparing himself, going for a surround here, but the siege tanks are there, and we don't have any Vipers to go for the gas cloud.
Yeah, it looks like going into Corruptors and Broodlords is the choice for Nerchio. He's gonna grab 2 Hellbats and fly him over.
Ooh, 4 Hellbats to be exact, and yeah,
4 Hellbats to be exact indeed.
Yeah, they are dropping there, and Nerchio cannot really defend this. Uh-oh, he has just lost his 4th base, and he's losing a ton of drones. 21 worker kills this game. This is getting quite sick for Cass. And even though he doesn't have the series yet, he's on a very nice path to victory.
Yeah, he is in a position to win this game with this push. It is very, very difficult for him to deal with this right now. For Nerchio to deal with this huge attack.
Why is he not producing any units? Can you please explain that to me? Oh
Broodlords.
Yeah, he was waiting for Broodlords. Yeah, I just saw his bang and went like, shouldn't you be going for more Zergling and Roach perhaps? But
Ooh,
then,
nice little move with the roaches here. Gonna take out a couple of tanks in the back and move on.
Beautiful.
Go heal up that damage and re-engage later. 8 Broodlords is a pretty sizable force. There are, let's see, 2 Vikings on the map. And that is all. So it's gonna be difficult to deal with these Broodlords.
Oh, but we will have Ravens with Corvid Reactor quite soon. And now Cass just prepping up, taking down as many bases as he can. But Nerchio is one of those players who instantly puts the bases back in. I mean, if the Terran moves out, then hey, guess what? I'm putting my hatchery back there because this is where it belongs. Now, Nerchio is trying to shut down this force. Oh yes, it will all come in a nice line. And the Broodlords come in beautiful positioning by Nerchio, but then do we have the heavy impact payload on the Broodlords? I think we do. Oh my god, Nerchio just getting a beautiful surround here. Not much that Cass can do in this battle.
Really nice positioning to not let him escape with that army, but the damage has been dealt by Cass. And
Cass is also enjoying some nice barbecue time here at the natural of Nerchio, and Nerchio did not notice that. And he's losing a worker after another. 36 piling up losses, oh my god. Nerchio is playing this kind of sloppy. He probably, Cass just got under his skin, like you said.
Yeah, definitely a possibility. Cass in a huge lead right now, just did a ton of damage. Hopefully these Broodlords can get something done for Nerchio. If he wants to move on, he's definitely going to have to deal with something. Have to do something with these Broodlords, but the Vikings are getting produced 7 at a time right now. 7 Vikings at a time. I just don't see.
Yeah, that's a nice transition straight into GG, but Nerchio, well, he is going for more Corruptors, but I don't think he has sensed, he has got the wind of how many Vikings are there on the way for Cass. But hey, we will see. There are no Fangos right now. And a Secret Missile.
Just in time.
And boom.
Well
nice.
done.
Yeah, very well done by Nerchio. He's just making sure he doesn't lose too many of those, but that's not really possible when you're fighting against so many Vikings.
Yeah, this is looking like the death push right now. We've got a Raven, 4 tanks, 8 Hellbats, 15 Vikings, and 9 Thors. Yeah, no, we also have some more mines.
Army supply 126 against Nerchio. That's 50 more army size, and yeah.
Respect. Very nice. GG to Cass.
And Cass advances through the upper bracket, and he'll be fighting against Happy. Now, Cass against Happy, that is going to be brutal. I want to see those games. We'll be seeing them, I think, next Tuesday or sometime next week for sure. We still need to talk with the players because there's WCS going on, so we need to align the schedule so they all fit. But for now, Nerchio has been dropped to lower bracket, and of course he managed out of the last game. He is very unhappy about that. Now let's take a look at the bracket itself. Who is going to play whom later on in the tournament? The next matches are probably going to happen on Thursday. So I think that from where things stand right now, Bly will be dropping to play against Snoot, and Nerchio will be dropping to play against Wytra. Now, Nerchio Wytra, that's going to be awesome, but Bly versus Snoot, that's another brutal match that we have ahead of ourselves. So anyway, the tournament has been very intense so far, guys. Let me just remind you that this is Yegwen's Master League that we run every single month for the price of $1,000. We cast every single match that is played out. And yeah, that's it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the stream. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you visit us more often during the streams, because every single stream we have a free Heart of the Swarm giveaway. So for those of you who are watching this live, stay tuned. We'll be back after a very short break. We just need to thank the players for coming, show our respects. And we'll be back with the free Heart of the Swarm giveaway. My name is Yegwen. With me casting was Jack Attack.